Hey guys, welcome back to Reading with Will. I am Will, and today we are going to be discussing a book called Iron Widow by Xiran J. Zhao. This book, really good. When I look at it on paper, I was like, this is not going to be my cup of tea. But I loved every second of it. It was so good. It's a fantasy, sci-fi, futuristic telling of the first female emperor of China. Let me read you the synopsis so we're all on the same page. In Huaxia, the highest honor for a young girl is to be selected as a concubine pilot. Supporters paired up with male pilots. In Huaxia, the highest honor for a young girl is to be selected as a... Fanny! In Huaxia, the highest honor for a young girl is to be selected as a concubine pilot. Supporters paired up with male pilots to power up Chiralices, the giant transforming mechas that humanity relies on to battle the massive aliens beyond the Great Wall. But the honor often ends in death, and when 18-year-old Xietian's sister is killed by an ace pilot, Xietian signs up to avenge her. The vengeance is swift, brutal, and unexpected, leaving Xietian labeled as an Iron Widow, a much feared kind of female pilot who can sacrifice boys to power up Chiralices instead of the other way around. To tame her unnerving yet inevitable mental strength, she is paired up with Li Shaiman, the strongest and most controversial male pilot in Huaxia. But now that Xietian has a taste of power, she will not cower so easily. She will miss no opportunity to leverage her and Shaiman's combined might and infamy and survive attempt after attempt on her life until she can figure out exactly why the pilot system relies so heavily on destroying girls' lives and dismantle it for good. This is basically like an older China. The world is hugely misogynistic. This country is so misogynistic. Society has built Wu Zetian into the person that she is with her rage. This book really is like one of those big female rage books, which my favorite genre, if there was a genre that's my favorite, it's that one. But yeah, love the main character, Wu Zetian. As I said, on paper, not my cup of tea. Giant transformer mechas and aliens, like I was like, okay, I like Star Wars and everything, but I did not know about this. And it was just so good. On the talk of mechas, it takes two people to pilot a mecha, a male and a female. And basically, the male sits on top of the female and he uses his energy to power up the transformer mecha. He also uses her energy to power it up, but he like sucks her dry of all of her energy and most of the girls end up dying. So Wu Zetian goes and is in a mecha and something else happens than what's supposed to happen. And it's really cool to see with the goal of this thing, kind of, I don't know, they just don't care about women, but they're trying to look for the one true match, which is basically a pairing of the male and the female to where they can kind of balance each other out. And this idea is pushed on the women at a very young age. So that's why they even sign up to become pilots like this, because they're looking to find the one true match and be heroes. And it's like the greatest honor to be that. But in terms of mechas, there's 4 main mechas that we see. There are definitely some others, but 4 main ones. Wu Zetian and Li Shaiman, they fly Vermilion Bird, which is the one that's on the cover. It's really cool looking. Look. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Really cool. And it can like transform into different states and be like a smaller kind and then a really ginormous, really big kind. Then there's also the 9-tailed fox and the black tortoise and the white tiger. So about the characters, I'm only going to discuss 3 of the main characters. They're the only people I really care about. Wu Zetian, of course, she is going to be the first female emperor of China. She's from a small town from poverty, thrown into the mix after her sister joins to become a concubine pilot for the military. She dies. Wu Zetian's like, I'm going, y'all. I'm gonna destroy this thing. And I heard a YouTube channel talk about this compared to a lot of other rage stories, really. Xietian has always been angry. So we don't see her become angry. She's just always been angry. And yeah, just angry at the society, angry at the misogyny, angry at all the oppression. Her ki, which is the energy level, hers is extremely high. So another one of the biggest details about her that really drew me into the story instantly was when I found out, or they told us that she has lotus feet, which lotus feet are, they don't do it anymore, but they used to do it where they'd break the woman's feet and make them really tiny and like bend them around themselves so that they're really small. and can be bound and be in really tiny shoes, and it was seen as a beauty standard. But she's so angry about it that she has this physical reminder of the patriarchy on her and how like women have been oppressed in this system forever. Is constantly in pain. She is constantly talking about how much pain she's in. She can barely walk, and if she does, it's very slow, and she needs help, and just like having to need help sometimes is like, for her, no. Gave me so much compassion for her. And Lee Shyman, who was in the synopsis, the male pilot of the Vermilion Bird, he's a criminal. They literally lock him up in between fights because he's very dangerous. He's the bad boy, he's really quiet, but pretty scary at first. Then they treat him like an animal and a monster. But you get a lot more of his backstory, which is important, and love Lee Shyman. Love that man. There's Yizhi, or Yizai. It's Yizhi. He is Jia Tian's best friend growing up, and it's kind of like a forbidden friendship because he's the son of the most powerful man in the country, and she is from poverty, but they're besties. There's also, this isn't really a spoiler because it's talked about in the promotion for this book, but there's a love triangle that's also polyamory, which they did this love triangle. This is how love triangles should be. I was like blown away by this factor because I heard it being hinted at. I was like, is this actually gonna happen? I don't know, y'all. Very interesting. Just another like tidbit of something I would not think I would enjoy that I ended up loving. But my favorite part of the entire book is Jia Tian. It's so easy to root for her. She's considered an anti-hero for sure, but her rage is so justifiable. She's one of my favorite protagonists I've read about. I just love some female rage, y'all. It's so good. It's so good. A woman that'll stop at nothing to achieve her goals? Like, thank you. Do whatever it takes, bestie. Do whatever it takes. After reading like 3 chapters, I was so hooked. I devoured this in like 4 days because after every single chapter, they do something and you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta keep reading. And that I did. Because there were things that I would not normally read about, it was just felt very fresh and different and new to me. And it stuck out. It still sticks out of my mind. It's definitely my favorite book I've read this year so far. Even though the one I'm reading right now, A Day of Fallen Night, is probably gonna take that over. Book 2, Heavenly Tyrant, was supposed to come out this year. I mentioned this in another video, but now it's coming out in 2024, and I'm so sad. The cover art is beautiful. They're gonna look so good next to each other. The author, I love them. They post the best and funniest TikToks. They're doing so much of their own promotion. I love it. I follow them on everything. But yeah, it's not coming out till next year, which I am really sad about, but I will be at that store the second it comes out. Cause I'm gonna read it, cause I'm gonna devour it like I devoured this one. And the ending of this one, mind blowing. Like everything I thought changed. Crazy ending. Really good. Really sad. I cried. I also wanna give a shout out to my cousin who bought me Iron Widow for Christmas. He knew how much I loved the Poppy War and he was trying to find something similar, and so he picked this. I mean, he was right on the money. So I would also, my recommendation if you like this book or you want something similar is obviously gonna be the Poppy War, just for the female rage and the Chinese history retelling with fantasy aspects, which I'm enjoying so much. There's one more that I know for certain, She Who Became the Sun. I want to read that one. If you want something that's exciting, fast-paced, keeps you on your feet, a super easy read, check out Iron Widow. That is today's video. Thank you guys for watching my video on Iron Widow. I hope you'll check it out, and make sure you go and watch my other YouTube videos. I have a whole bunch. I hope you liked my last video, my bookshelf tour. I started doing this subscription box called Illuma Crate, and the first one's gonna come soon, so I'm really wanting to make a video of me unboxing it because I already know that there's items from the Poppy War and Iron Widow in there, and my sister's obsessed with Throne of Glass, so I was gonna give her those things. So like, this box is perfect, and it's my first one. I was on the wait list for 3 months to just be able to subscribe to this box, so really excited about that. Stay tuned for whenever that video comes out. It'll happen once I get the box. And I also am gonna start doing shout outs to some subscribers. I'll do one a video for interacting with my channel, leaving comments. So I want to give a shout out to Casey Pope. Thank you, Casey, for watching my video and always commenting. I love seeing what you have to say. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram at WillMobs. And I will see you guys soon. Say something and maybe you'll get a shout out by me. I know. Get millions of followers on your stuff. So, because I am an influencer. Kylie Jenner who? Kylie Jenner who? That's right.